My name's Chris Molinar, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about growing your sphere of influence list. Now, whether you know a ton of people or whether you're getting to know more people or just looking to do more business, your sphere of influence is your gold mine in this business because everybody wants to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so your highest conversion ratios are always going to be with those people that you personally know. Now, the first question is, how many people do you personally know? You probably forgot about more people than you even realize. So the first thing that you want to do is go through your entire contact list in your phone, go through your entire Gmail list, that anyone you've ever sent an email to with whatever service provider you use for email, and then as well, go through every single social media account through all of the people that you are connected with as your first step in collecting all of the information from the people that you already know into one specific organized file. The reason why this is important is because we don't get paid for our time in this business. We get paid for our performance. And if it takes us a very long time to reach out to these people when it's time to do so, because we have to cross-check all of these different platforms to find people's name and information, and we might easily forget about people, having it organized makes your time a lot more efficient, which means you get paid a lot more for your time in this activity. The 10% rule in real estate essentially says that if you keep in touch with, as an example, 500 people, you should be able to do 50 transactions per year from that group, which is a 10% return. In order to do this, you're going to want to reach out to these people 4 times per year, and I recommend alternating your method of contact. Send them a social media message, then phone them and invite them to an in-person event, and then maybe send them a Christmas card, and then maybe send them a personal email message. And then on top of this, you could send them a monthly market update newsletter with a video from you telling them what's happening in the market or something about real estate tips. And then as well, you want to make sure that you cross-check them on all of your different social media accounts so that they see you on a regular basis in multiple different platforms so that you're always top of mind. It's been said that I think 80% of the public will not use the same real estate agent for their next transaction than they did from the first one, mainly because people will buy or sell a house on average once every 7 years, and the agent either leaves the industry, moves to a different market, or just doesn't keep in touch. So if you are keeping in touch with the people that you know, you are going to be the one who wins the business because people are going to do business with whoever impressed them the most recently when they're ready to buy or sell. Now, if you don't have your past clients on this list, you should obviously go back and put them on the list. But think of this. What about all those people that you met during the transaction with that past client? What about the uncle that came to the home inspection? What about all of their brothers and sisters that came to the possession date? What about the home inspector himself? All of the people that you were in touch with during that transaction are potential relationships that you can continue to nurture and have them within your sphere of influence. Once you've gone through all of your active social media accounts, what I recommend you do next is find out who are my top 5 friends, my top 5 or 10 family members, including maybe your kids' friends' parents, maybe your siblings' friends, maybe your spouse's friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. And you go through all of these lists and you find out how many of these people in your spouse's Facebook friends do I already know that I'm not yet connected with for some reason. Now, these are people that you've already met in person. These are people that you saw at an in-person event once or twice or multiple times that you would actually stop and have a conversation with if you saw them in public or at an event, but for whatever reason you're not yet connected on social media. Go ahead and go through all of these people's friends and connect with those that you already know and continue to nurture and grow those relationships as well, because these are actually people that you already know that you're just not yet connected with online. Back in the 80s, you would have had to reach out to the person that you know to ask them what Sally's phone number was, but now all you need to do is send a friend request. It's so much easier to increase your influence online with the tools we have access to now. Think back through any and every extracurricular activity that you've ever been involved with. Every single sport, every single musical event, every single activity with your kids and family members, every single wedding that you've ever been to. And if you grew up in the local market that you currently serve, go grab your yearbook, because guaranteed there's people that you forgot about, whether it's teachers, retired teachers, old friends, different classes that were above or ahead of you or behind you, and think of all those relationships that you've lost track of that you can reconnect. In-person networking events is one of the most powerful things that you can do to grow your sphere of influence. Now, this is direct and indirect. Directly, every time you go to an in-person networking event at the Chamber of Commerce or something similar, you're essentially looking to have 4 or 5 good quality relationships. Now, you want to collect business cards, not just give out business cards, because you want to be in control of the follow-up process. But indirectly as well, you are going to be getting face time with all of the people that go to these events. Now, if you start showing up to multiple in-person networking events, that face time begins to become an asset for you, because eventually people are going to start coming up to you and saying, hey, I saw you at this, and this. I feel like I know you already, but we haven't officially met. My name is Bob. Nice to meet you. And because of the fact that you're active in the community, now all of a sudden that name recognition or that facial recognition is something that makes you more approachable. And of course, once people find out that you're in real estate, that's a big deal. If you don't already have, think through all of the people that you already currently do business with. If they're not on your list, why not? All these people that work at retail businesses or that own retail businesses, you see them on a regular basis. You recognize their face, they recognize your face. And if you haven't managed to bring up real estate and you have small talk with the grocery store clerk 3 weeks down the road and they tell you that they just sold their house, and then they find out that you're a real estate agent and they say, dang, I wish I would have known that. I definitely would have called you. All you need to do is make sure that you're upfront about that so that never happens to you, which is why I recommend you do this. To take this idea one step further, you could actually do drop-offs to the business owners that you know or to the businesses that you already deal with on a regular basis. Drop off donuts or drop off cookies so that yes, you know that one person that you deal with at that business, but because you dropped off donuts, everybody's going to say, oh my goodness, this is great. Who dropped off the donuts? And then that one person's going to say, my friend Chris, he's in real estate. He's a great guy, dropped off these donuts. He comes in here all of the time. And they're going to be talking about you for that whole day. And then of course, when you do it 3 months later, you're now establishing and creating more depth in those relationships so that opportunities to sell houses will most definitely come out of that. Your neighbors, do they know you're in real estate? You see them, they see you. Have you brought up the conversation? It could just be as simple as door knocking 5 doors on either side of the street and 10 doors across the street to make sure that they know that you're in the real estate business. Because again, if you see them put up a sign with your competitor and you didn't even at least let them know that you're in real estate, you don't know if maybe they would have given you that business. If you want to add a bigger impact to what you're doing with these activities, you could host events. And I've written down first-time buyer seminars, real estate investor meetups, financial literacy workshops, social media masterminds, book club, or top producer panels. And these are all really great examples of ideas that you could do in the community, or you could collaborate with other professionals in your area to do these as well. For example, if you were to do a financial literacy workshop, you could phone an accountant, a financial advisor, a mortgage broker, a lawyer, and anybody else that you think would add value to your audience in this would be a huge opportunity. Now, you as the real estate agent and all of these other professionals, you're all going to invite all the people that you know that might be in the market for a home. Now, you're not just accessing the sphere of influence that you have, you're accessing the sphere of influence from all of these other network professionals, which I think is super powerful. Now, keep in mind, you should also have a list of professionals that you can refer business to. So if you don't have an accountant, appraiser, a mortgage broker, and go all the way down the list, plumber, electrician, etc., then reach out to these people in your phone book, but on Google or LinkedIn, and create conversations with these people. Now, it's not a sales call. It's not a cold call. You're reaching out with the idea that I need to have people in my sphere of influence that can serve my clients. I'm wondering, are you guys looking to grow your practice? Because if so, I might be able to send you some business. Now, when you do that, the law of reciprocity always comes full circle. But even if they don't send you business in return, you're going to be able to provide better service to the people that you serve in real estate because because you have a huge network of professionals that can add value to your clients. Seek out additional public speaking opportunities. You might be able to speak at your local college or your local university or at any nonprofit event, and it's always great to get your name and your face out there in the community, even if it's just a feel-good event. And if you're looking to do this online, the number of podcasts that are available today that could speak to marketing, sales, real estate, etc. in your market or outside of your local market is a big opportunity. So if you want to get your name out there to grow your following, that's another way to do it. Now, you don't want to just add width to your list. You also want to add depth. So when you reach out to the people that you know, make sure that you contact them on their birthday. Make sure that you remember their kids' names or their family members' names or the day that you sold them that house or what's happening in their life. If there's a major life event that you saw pop up on social media, reach out to them and congratulate them or offer them support if they need it. Be a good friend to the people that support you and support your business, and that will always come full circle. Now, as you continue to grow this list, what you'll find is that it's harder to keep in touch with 1,000 people than it is to keep in touch with 300 people. So one of the things that you can do to really add impact to what it is you're doing is start doing video marketing just like this. Because if you're constantly getting in front of the people that you know with video, next time that you see them, even though you haven't seen them in a long time, they've been seeing you every day or every week for years. And let me tell you, that is invaluable because you don't constantly have to keep reselling yourself or keep updating people on what you're up to. And it makes you a lot more approachable because they see you all of the time. You are familiar to them, so that relationship stays strong for a longer period of time. So I hope you found value in this video. Grow your list as much as you can. Take 1 or 2 or 3 of these ideas and implement it in your business for the coming new year. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on this video next. Have a fantastic day.